At Conestoga, every single step towards your success as a student is important. Our professors help us get ready for life after Conestoga. One of the things that they do to get us ready is help us write a CV. So today in this episode, we're going to talk about how to write a CV for a Canadian workplace. Welcome everybody to episode 4 of Studying at Conestoga with me, Tina, your study partner. Whether your program has a co-op or not, at some point you will still create your CV, maybe for a part-time job. So how do you create a resume that will get the attention of Canadian employers? Here's Kimmy, a professor at the college. So Kimmy, what makes a resume stand out? What do Canadian employers look for in a CV?
One of the main things that Canadian employers look for is a very professional resume. We want it to be neat, we want it to be clean, and we want it to flow so it can be read easily. The first thing you want to start with is your education. The first thing an employer wants to see is to make sure that you're qualified, that you actually have the credentials. The next thing you want to put is your work experience, whether it be out in the field or actually paid. Then you would want to put volunteer if you have any volunteer experience. Employers love volunteer experience.
Let's talk about content. Your goal here is to organize relevant information about you that will give potential employers a snapshot of who you are, your educational background, work experience, skills, and certifications.
If you worked at a clothing store, you would write down exactly what you had to do. You were in charge of customer service, you were in charge of the till, you were in charge of inventory. So that is exactly what you'd put, exactly what your job description would have been, and that is the bullet points that you would put down underneath your title.
Now let's talk about organization and aesthetics. Let's be real, employers probably get a dozen resumes every day. So your goal here is to make sure that your CV is pleasing to the eye. It's not about fonts or colors, it's all about formatting techniques and how you manage white space. What are some formatting guidelines that we should follow? And what about white space? Why is this important?
If you put everything on one side, you're going to have a lot of white space. You want it to be even. You don't want there to be too much white. A lot of students will have white space at the bottom of their second page. So they will finish with what they have, and then there's maybe half a page left and it's white. That is not very professional. It's a lot of white page. So you want to work with your spaces. You know, if you need to double space, triple space between headings so that it pushes everything down, so that there isn't a lot of blank white space. Also, you don't want to squish your resume into one page where there's no white space and it looks, you don't know where to look. Your eyes are going everywhere.
Let's look at an example of a CV. Here we can easily see how the contents are organized into sections. There's the contact information at the top, then the education, work experience, and other personal information. Remember that the information about your education and work experience should be in reverse order. Use past tense for your work experiences and present tense for your current employment. This CV is easy to read. The sections and use of bold-faced text, bullet points, and white space all help with readability. Remember, having a strong CV can get you closer to getting an interview. It's your ticket to successful employment. So keep in mind the tips that we talked about today, and good luck on job hunting.